Hi, I'm Tim Bradner, and welcome to Capitol View. And welcome today, Senator Shelley Hughes, the Senate Majority Leader. Welcome, Senator Hughes.
Thank you, Tim, for having me. Happy to be with you.
Senator Hughes, you're from the Matanuska Valley, and that's the breadbasket of Alaska's agriculture industry. And food security and, of course, the supply shortage is something very much on people's minds these days. Your thoughts on this? What can we do to grow this industry and make our states more self-sufficient in all sorts of things?
Yes, great question. And thank you. I'm from District F, which stands for Friend, Family, and Farmers, right? And that's the current district prior to redistricting. So yeah, it's really important. In fact, it's so important that there are a number of us forming a caucus centered around that I believe we're going to call Alaska Grown. I'll be co-chairing it with Representative Guerin-Tarr and Representative Rauscher and Senator Kawasaki. Happy to say my second hemp bill, everything is fully implemented and approved by USDA. So this next season, we hope to see some entrepreneurs begin to do what they can with hemp. But yeah, and not only are we the supply chain challenges highlighting it, but we just had a winter storm over the New Year's holiday, and we saw the the challenges with that. And if you have snow drifts or earthquakes or things like that that can block things, even movement around the state, we have to think regionally in that regard as well as the state. Right now, less than 5% of our food is produced and grown in the state, and we want to change that.
Senator, there's been talk over the years to trying to organize food purchasing agreements with state institutions to sort of help jumpstart, the local farming industry. And I know the school districts have worked with farmers in years past, and also the Department of Corrections. Do you have a sense of kind of where that is? Is that something we can do more of to help move things along?
Yeah, I was actually at the Alaska Farm Bureau meeting, and we need to do more of that in regard to seafood as well. In fact, the Alaska Grown Caucus is not just concerned about, it is food security is a big thing, but use of things grown in Alaska, even forestry products and things like that. So those are important in diversifying an economy. So that's going to be important even this session. I'm always looking for those kind of things that create opportunities for Alaskans.
Are there special incentives that might be offered? For example, incentives for state agencies to incorporate Alaska Grown or Alaska Made into their purchasing? I think there is an incentive program now, as I recall.
Yes, and I don't know the exact details of that, but those are the kind of things that Alaska Grown will be re-looking at. Can we make some strides in the right direction? Land availability for agriculture is very important, especially in the areas that are growing. Like our area is popping at the seams with neighborhoods. And so we need to make sure we continue to have enough ag land. And there's up in the Tanana area and Nanana area, there's new areas, and we want to make sure that we provide access, affordable access to those kind of lands.
Now, I know that in Indiana, which is an area that's sort of close to my heart because I've lived there for a while, there's a very exciting project. The Division of Agriculture and the Department of Natural Resources is working on developing a large area of state lands. Now that we have a bridge across the Nenana River, thanks partly to the good work by the legislature up there, we can access it. That's an exciting project. It could open up a lot of opportunities.
And it's actually important because the Mat-Su area has grown so much, and we are trying to preserve the ag land that we have, but expanding it. If we're going to get away from that small 5% or less, we've got to expand ag. So that's an important thing. There's a lot of things that are important right now, Tim, as far as this session and working together with those in the House to solve some problems. And I think the public is going to be watching closely what we do accomplish. We are to be the problem solvers. And if we fail to fix problems, the public is very likely to take matters into their own hands, and they will have an opportunity on the ballot in November, because every 10 years, as you know, our state constitution requires that we ask Alaskans whether a state constitutional convention will be held. So I think there's going to be a real interest in what we accomplish, what problems we are able to solve. And, we have struggled with that. Some of these things, the PFD issue being one of those that needs to be settled. I'm a firm believer it needs to be settled once and for all so that we can take care of other matters. There's some very important, critical things in the state that I believe have been shoved to the side, unfortunately. One of those are the high sexual crime rates we have in our state. And the other one that really troubles me a lot, and I think it does all Alaskans, is when we're compared nationally how our children do as far as academically at the various grade levels and the different subject matters. We know we have wonderful pockets of excellence, some phenomenal teachers out there, but overall we really struggle. And so a refocus on helping our next generation has been shoved to the side. Senator Begich and I have been working on that. We'd like to actually begin to solve some of these problems.
Yeah, Senator, you've been a lead in some of the, for example, the early childhood education legislation, and as has the governor with his Alaska Reads Act. And I know there was a lot of work done on that last session. I would anticipate there's going to be more. Now legislature is underway, and there's going to be more activity picking up on that.
I've had the Read by 9 bill for 5 years and encouraged the education chair to make it a committee bill, which we did, and worked with Senator Begich on that. It's sitting waiting for hearings. We'd love to get that through.
Yeah, and I know the House, on the House side, the House Education Committee has also done a fair amount of work on that. So hopefully we'll see progress on that and other important issues. Well, Senator, thank you for joining us for a few minutes, and look forward to seeing you in the Capitol.
It always blows me away how quickly the time goes when we spend with you, Tim, but thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Senator Hughes. Bye now.